10 years ago, we started Slite as the best place for teams to document their knowledge. And now we are putting it in self-maintenance.
And what does that mean? Like, can you walk me through it?
Okay, yeah. So let's check it out. Here, for instance, I'm on this document. You can see that it's outdated. That's a core part of Slite. You can see how trustable the information is. And now what we can do is ask the agents. I will just spin it up. And I can fact check this document against the rest of our team data. So I will run it. The idea is that you can plug all your sources of information, like your Slack, your meetings, your SQL, even like your code base, like any tool that your team uses. And the agent can use it to analyze what happens, what's actually contradictory with your documents, and suggest and prepare changes for you to apply.
That's amazing. So as we let this run for now, maybe you can walk me through how we got here in the first place.
Yeah, for sure. Slite has always been about being purpose-built for knowledge maintenance. So it is very much focused on one job, which is, making it easy for teams to document, to find information, to collaborate on it, and to make sure that it's trustable. So you already add a whole workflow, verification, ownership. You have a full panel that is built for that, where you can retrieve all the documents being outdated, being work in progress in your team. And what we learned a few years ago is that people wanted answers from more than just their knowledge base. People consume more and more knowledge by asking. Agents obviously consume knowledge by asking.
Yeah.
And we had to plug in these external sources. So we let the users connect their GitHub, their code base, like Google Drive and so on.
All the sources.
Yeah, all the sources. And the idea is you can ask a question, obviously, based on your documentation, knowing if it's verified or not. So obviously, else our agents know what to answer. But you can also ask on all the rest of your team data. So we had these two things, one place to document and verify information. The other part, which is just the output, getting good, accurate answers. And now we're combining them. It was this AI search let us know that we could give a complete answer, but then, maybe with contradictions. And now we're actually letting you use these external signals to check your documents and make sure that they are constantly accurate. A way to run one job on these documents, and the results are here. We'll check it right after. But you can actually put it in self-maintenance as well. I can say, every week, the owner of this document will have a check. And if something drifted away, in our code base, Stack and so on, they will get notified.
How do they get notified?
So, we have a full triage pattern where you will get just, here is the document, here is what changed. You can see the change and approve it.
Amazing. Wow. Okay, so I think it's done running. So maybe we can go back to the agent for a sec.
Yeah, absolutely. So here, for instance, it read this document around our analytics, and I can click on each suggestion, and I can see that, for instance, we had some options that were available that were not documented in this document. I can approve them, and then I can approve another suggestion. And then, since it seems all good, I can just verify the documents, and I'm done with my day.
So why does this matter now more than ever? Outdated documents have always been a problem, right?
Well, the stakes have completely changed.
Yeah.
Before, you had a human asking a question or finding the documents, and they had the critical thinking to understand if this was inaccurate or not. Tomorrow and today, it is agents. Whether they are assisting you, typically your Claude that use through the MCP, some search in the service, or they are fully autonomous. If they pick an information that sounds true, they will believe it.
Yeah.
And that becomes really a big problem of else in any business today, because these compounds, they also will generate new documents that, seemingly sounds true and are inaccurate.
So this context is basically the fuel for our agents.
Yeah, that's the way I see it.
Are we the only ones doing this right now?
So these days, you have the full LLM wiki trend on Twitter, and that's good for small startups building that on their own. And I think the whole trend, the whole excitement around this area shows that there is a massive value in having team context, constantly updating, constantly refreshing, and that your entire team can tap into. But a GitHub repository of Markdown files doesn't really work for, non-developers, and it doesn't really work for large teams. You need permissions. You need all the enterprise package to make sure that your data is secure. and clean. You need to have a live canvas that is shared between between human and agents, like something that, like folks in legal, in marketing, and whatnot can use comfortably. And we believe that you also need like these layers, these primitives of verification, making sure that you can flag a document being outdated, being trustable, so that the agents know if they can trust it at all.
So it's basically built for humans and agents.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for which humans did we build Slite?
I think our best kind of customers right now are businesses that are, at a certain scale, like 50 plus or whatever, and that already kind of put AI in application in their workflows.
Right.
And they start to feel that, like wrong context led to wrong outcome. We had these documents from 2 months ago. This is a skill. Mm-hmm. And we love to let them live in Slite because it means that, they are not they can be shared, they can be collaborative, they can be live edited. We can comment on them and ask, another agents to kind of change things. But the thing is, like, if you look at this skill, like, this is a modern SOP. It's literally like a recipe book for agents.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of information that just kind of like will die like so fast.
Yeah.
Like there is hard-coded names, hard-coded tools, hard-coded ideas. Like we speak about persona, but our whole kind of persona has changed a lot in the last 6 months. And so the whole playbook is not accurate anymore. So all this to say, like, this matters more than ever. And the teams that are already kind of like hard at work on making, on transitioning to the AI world will feel this pain, I believe.
So where can people go to see more?
Well, slide.com. We have a 14 days free trial. Bring your old Notion and Confluence and G Drive documents that are outdated and that you fear of updating. Plug your sources, plug your stack, plug your GitHub, and ask the agent to clean that up.
That easy.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's go.
All right.